Life is a journey filled with challenges, and it is through these challenges that we find opportunities to grow. Every individual has moments when they feel inadequate, moments when they doubt their strength to face the obstacles ahead. But it is precisely during these times that we have the chance to discover the hidden power within ourselves. David Goggins once said, "To grow, you must suffer." Suffering is not our enemy. Rather, it is our greatest teacher. The trials and tribulations we encounter each day, no matter how small they may seem, are the building blocks of our character. Every act of self-overcoming, every small victory over our daily struggles, whether it's waking up earlier each day or sticking to a healthy habit, are steps we take toward self-completion. When we talk about growth and personal development, we often think about grand achievements and major milestones. However, true growth often begins with small, seemingly insignificant steps. It is the accumulation of these small victories that shapes us into the people we are meant to become. Goggins uses the metaphor of chiseling away at a rock to describe this process. Each day that you wake up and push yourself to go beyond your comfort zone, you are chipping away at the rough edges of that rock. Over time, this rock transforms into a beautiful piece of art, a reflection of the hard work, persistence, and resilience that you have cultivated. But this transformation doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen without pain. The process of growth requires us to confront our deepest fears, our insecurities, and our limitations. It requires us to step out of the comfort of the known and venture into the unknown, where true greatness lies. As Goggins explains, many people are unwilling to endure the discomfort and pain that comes with growth. They prefer to stay within the confines of their comfort zone, where everything is predictable and safe. But those who are willing to embrace suffering, who are willing to push themselves beyond their limits, are the ones who experience the most profound growth. Jordan Peterson, a renowned psychologist, offers a similar perspective on the importance of taking small steps in the face of overwhelming challenges. When someone is at rock bottom, it can be incredibly difficult to know where to start. The enormity of the task ahead can be paralyzing, making it hard to take even the smallest step forward. Peterson recounts the story of a client who had fallen into a deep depression after suffering a severe injury. This client, who could barely move due to chronic pain, began his journey of recovery by sitting up for just 30 seconds each day. This may seem like a trivial task, but for someone in such a debilitated state, it was a monumental achievement. The key to overcoming adversity, according to Peterson, is to make the task small enough that you will do it, no matter how insignificant it may seem. This requires a level of humility, as it forces you to acknowledge how far you have fallen and how much work lies ahead. But by starting small, you give yourself a foothold, a way to begin climbing out of the pit of despair. As you start to make progress, even in the smallest of ways, you begin to regain a sense of control over your life. This sense of control is crucial, as it allows you to see yourself as an active participant in your own recovery, rather than a passive victim of circumstance. One of the most powerful concepts that Peterson introduces is the idea of exponential growth. When you take that first step, no matter how small, you are setting in motion a process that can lead to rapid and profound change. As you continue to take small steps, your progress begins to compound, and before you know it, you are moving forward at an accelerating pace. This is why it's so important to start with a step that you know you can take, even if it seems trivial. Once you get the ball rolling, the momentum you build will carry you further than you ever thought possible. But it's not just about taking small steps. It's also about recognizing the value of the challenges you face along the way. Suffering, as unpleasant as it may be, is an essential part of the growth process. It is through suffering that we gain the strength, resilience, and wisdom needed to overcome future obstacles. Every time you push through pain, whether it's physical, emotional, or mental, you are not just surviving, you are thriving. You are building the mental toughness needed to face whatever life throws at you. In the words of another motivational speaker, suffering is what allows us to appreciate the beauty and joy in life with greater intensity. When you have experienced pain and hardship, you understand the value of happiness and success on a deeper level. You know what it's like to struggle, to fight for every inch of progress. And that makes the moments of triumph all the more meaningful. This brings us to a crucial point. True growth and success are not about avoiding pain, but about embracing it. It's about recognizing that the path to greatness is not a smooth, easy road, but a rugged, uphill climb. The rewards at the top are worth the effort, but you must be willing to endure the journey to get there. And this journey is not just about reaching the summit. It's about the climb itself. It's about the lessons learned, the strength gained, and the person you become along the way. As Goggins emphasizes, the pain you experience during your journey is not something to be feared or avoided. It is something to be embraced and used as fuel for your growth. Every setback, every failure, every moment of doubt is an opportunity to dig deep and find the strength to keep going. It's an opportunity to prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. One of the most challenging aspects of growth is dealing with the mental battles that come with it. Your mind will constantly try to convince you that you are not good enough, that you can't do it, that you should give up. These thoughts are not reflective of your true potential. They are simply the echoes of past insecurities and fears. To overcome them, you must develop a strong inner dialogue, a voice that reminds you of your strength, your resilience, and your ability to overcome any obstacle. Goggins refers to this as the cookie jar technique. Whenever you face a difficult situation, you can reach into your mental cookie jar and pull out memories of past victories and successes. These memories serve as reminders that you have overcome challenges before and that you can do it again. This technique is particularly powerful because it allows you to draw on your own experiences for motivation, rather than relying on external sources. It's important to note that this process is not about living in the past or dwelling on your accomplishments. It's about using your past successes as fuel to push you forward in the present. In the heat of the moment, when everything seems impossible, you can draw strength from the knowledge that you have faced and conquered similar challenges before. This gives you the confidence to keep going, even when the odds are stacked against you. The journey of growth is not a linear one. There will be ups and downs, moments of triumph and moments of despair. But what matters most is your ability to keep moving forward, no matter what. Life is a continuous cycle of challenges and victories, and the more you embrace this cycle, the stronger you become. It's also important to remember that growth is not just about achieving external goals. It's about developing the inner strength and resilience needed to face whatever life throws at you. This inner growth is what allows you to handle setbacks and failures with grace, to pick yourself up after every fall, and to keep going no matter what. It's about building the mental and emotional toughness needed to navigate the ups and downs of life. One of the most common misconceptions about growth is that it's something that happens naturally over time. In reality, growth is something that must be actively pursued and cultivated. It requires conscious effort, discipline, and a willingness to endure discomfort. It's about pushing yourself beyond your limits, challenging yourself to do things that are difficult, and constantly striving to become better. This is why it's so important to have a clear vision of what you want to achieve and to be willing to put in the work to get there. As Jordan Peterson explains, having a goal that you can never fully attain is one of the most powerful motivators for growth. This may seem counterintuitive. After all, why would you want to pursue a goal that you can never reach? But the beauty of this approach is that it keeps you constantly striving for something greater. It keeps you moving forward, always reaching for the next level, and never settling for less. This pursuit of an unattainable goal is what drives true growth. It's what pushes you to keep climbing, even when the summit seems out of reach. It's what keeps you motivated, even when the journey is long and difficult. And most importantly, it's what helps you become the best version of yourself. The journey of growth is not just about achieving external success. It's about becoming the person you were meant to be. It's about developing the character, resilience, and strength needed to handle whatever life throws at you. It's about learning to embrace pain and discomfort as opportunities for growth, rather than as obstacles to be avoided. As you continue on this journey, remember that suffering is not something to be feared or avoided. It is something to be embraced and used as a tool for growth. Every time you face a challenge, every time you push through pain, you are not just surviving, you are thriving. You are becoming stronger, wiser, and more resilient. In the end, it's not the destination that matters most, it's the journey. It's the lessons learned, the strength gained, and the person you become along the way. So embrace the journey, embrace the suffering, and use it to fuel your growth. Remember that every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to becoming the person you are meant to be. This process of growth is not easy, and it's not meant to be, but it's worth it. The rewards at the end of the journey are worth every ounce of effort, every drop of sweat, every tear shed along the way. And when you reach the top of that mountain, you will look back and realize that the journey was the greatest reward of all. So keep pushing forward, keep striving for greatness, and never give up. Remember that growth is a lifelong journey, and the more you embrace it, the more you will achieve. And most importantly, remember that the pain you endure along the way is not something to be feared. It is something to be cherished. For it is through this pain that you will find true greatness. In conclusion, the journey of growth is a complex and multifaceted process that requires us to embrace suffering as a necessary component of personal development. It is through the challenges we face, the pain we endure, and the obstacles we overcome that we truly become the best versions of ourselves. By taking small, incremental steps and by embracing the discomfort and pain that comes with growth, we can achieve great things and reach heights we never thought possible. As you continue on your journey, remember to stay focused on your goals, to keep pushing yourself beyond your limits, and to never give up, no matter how difficult the road may be. Remember that suffering is not something to be avoided, but something to be embraced, for it is through suffering that we grow, that we learn, and that we ultimately achieve greatness. So go forth, embrace the journey, and use the challenges you face as fuel for your growth. The path may be difficult, but the rewards are worth every step. And as you continue on this journey, remember that the most important thing is not where you end up, but who you become along the way. So keep striving, keep pushing, and never stop growing. Your greatest achievements are yet to come, and the best is still ahead.